Hello, Anthony from Property Info Dubai here, and welcome to the first installment of our developer series highlighting and exploring the diverse array of real estate developers in Dubai. In this episode, we are going to explore the offerings of Sobha Realty. Before we begin, I would just like to confirm that we are not affiliated with Sobha directly, and this video is entirely unbiased. This is primarily a showcase of who, what, and where Sobha currently are in Dubai and give you insights as a potential investor of what you are investing in. All opinions are our own and are to be seen as a guide only. So, before we dive into their project, let's take a look at the history and global footprint of Sobha. And yes, it is pronounced Sobha. Sobha was founded in 1976 by PNC Manon and started as a small interior decoration firm in Oman, growing from those roots into a multinational conglomerate with operations spanning the globe. Through PNC Manon's leadership and vision, they have guided the company through 4 decades of growth and expansion, becoming a well-known name within Dubai in terms of quality, and their philosophy, passion at work lends their abilities in Dubai and what they are known for most, their finishing and attention to detail. Today, Sobha is not just a name in Dubai, it's a global brand with operations in India, Oman, Bahrain, the United Kingdom, Tanzania, and Brunei, which includes a diverse portfolio of real estate, construction, interiors, and hospitality. This is a portfolio that is increasingly expanding and ensures that investing in this developer has excellent levels of safety and security. Sobha is characterized by their pursuit of quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction. The company's vision is to create world-class living spaces that enrich the lives of residents and contribute to the development of vibrant communities. As an example of the thought and detail they put into their work, one has to only look at the logo of Sobha to understand the mindset of the company. The rectangular logo proportions represent balance. The yellow background signifies energy and optimism. The black dots represent state-of-the-art technology employed to achieve progress, and the red dot is symbolic of being auspicious and represents the pinnacle of success. This is the Shoba timeline. You can easily find this on their website, and it's a decent guide to show their progression. In total, Shoba have completed over 400 buildings in Dubai, and their influence continues to increase. The first building we are aware of that they started was Shoba Sapphire, which began all the way back in 2008. This was a set of landscaped offices. It was completed in 2011, and an office space in that building currently starts at around 1.5 million dirhams. As you can see from this timeline, the number of projects is increasing exponentially. One thing that is harder to see from doing our research is capital appreciation. How much will your return on investment be? This seems to vary with Shoba, and something that only recently seems to be becoming more of a factor. The older buildings just didn't seem to appreciate in value as much as they would maybe have been expected, although this could be seen as a developer just finding its footing in Dubai itself. An example of this would be Shoba Daffodil in the JVC. One of their first residential blocks started in 2008, completed in 2009, featuring 178 apartments over 11 stories, and one bed in this building retails today for way under 1 million dirhams. Compare this to their more recent buildings in the Shoba heartland, a large area home to over 3,000 families and expected to reach 6,000 by about 2025. It currently has 11 completed buildings and is considered around 60% completed. Prices for a one bed in this area can be found at around 1.3 to 1.4 million dirhams for Creek Vistas and Heartland Waves at around a million plus. But we'll speak more about Shoba Heartland in a little while. So let's now take a quick look at Shoba in the community and see what they're doing. There's quite a few things, so we just picked three to give an idea of what's going on. The first one is the deal to build an endowment university in Dubai. This is a charitable donation and cost over 400 million dirhams and is one of the largest charitable donations on record in Dubai. Another community offering they did was to break into the Guinness Book of World Records by recreating the UAE flag with people. It's interesting and a bit of fun, but it is also the largest helmet mosaic and ensured that they have their place in the Book of World Records. It's probably a keeper, as I can't imagine too many people trying to break this record anytime soon. And then finally we go on to one of their newest affiliations, and it is with the Arsenal Football Club. It's a beautiful advert they created featuring stars Bukayo Saka, club captain Martin Odegaard, and Jacob Kivior. Arsenal are known for their attention to detail, with their manager Mikel Arteta receiving a lot of praise in the media for that exact quality. And so it does make a lot of sense for Sobha to align themselves in that goal. This also means that the Arsenal training ground in the UK has been renamed to the Sobha Realty Training Centre. Okay, so now let's break into off-plan. Not only just for Sobha, but Dubai in general. Off-plan essentially means buying or selling real estate that is still under construction or development. Now, you may know off-plan very well already, or you may be thinking, why on earth would I buy a property that only exists on paper? This is a great question, and the short answer is because you get much more bang for your buck. The longer answer is because you are helping the developer cover the costs of building the project, you get better returns for investment. There are a lot of criticisms online about off-plan. Some are quite warranted, and some of them are purely disgruntled scare tactics. Dubai has a robust system in place to protect investors' money, including the use of escrow accounts. Having said that, it is always important to understand the developer you are investing with and to invest with confidence that you will receive your property as described and within a reasonable time frame of when you are expected to receive it. In these terms, Sobha is one of the safest bets you can have. They have a history of finishing on time or even early, and their attention to details means there is very little in terms of snagging and post-handover problems. Handover is when you are giving your keys to your new property. It is the attention to detail that Sobha prides itself on that makes investing in Sobha so appealing. They really do pride themselves on delivering exactly what they promised. That being said, let us run through a quick guide for investing in off-plan generally. Number one, research. Conduct thorough research on the developer, location, and project specifications. This is fairly straightforward. You're more or less doing that now. A good website to look at also is propsearch.ae. Simply type in the name of the project for a breakdown of what's going on and whereabouts it is. Number two, budget. Determine your budget and financing options, including down payment, payment plans, mortgage. Make sure you can comfortably cover the payment plans without struggling. Number three, legalities. Understand all of the legalities involved, including your payment schedules, completion dates, contract terms, any fees for late payments. Make sure you are well aware of the details before signing anything on the dotted line. Number four, future prospects. Consider the potential for capital appreciation and rental yields based on market trends and demand. What are you buying this property for? Once you understand that part, you can understand if the particular Sobha project is right for you. Now let's look at the off-plan projects currently with Sobha. So here is a map of where Sobha features predominantly within Dubai. For those of you who don't know Dubai, this is what it looks like. An important thing to mention now is that the airport will soon be moving from right over there on the right to all the way over on the left, and is set to become the largest airport in the world. So the further out you go from the shoreline, the more space you have, and this tends to be where you'll find your villa communities. Close to the shore, you will generally find more apartments or your more expensive villas. This is Sobha Orbis. Here's a top-down mock-up of what it will look like, made up of 7 towers with a large community pool in the centre. Typical prices are on screen now, but you can see the one beds here for under $1 million dirhams, which, as we saw before, will comfortably head up towards $1.5 million once completed. The payment plans are 80-20, which means 80% paid before the handover and 20% paid afterwards, with the completion date expected in the final months of 2027. Sobha Heartland 2. This is the second of the Heartlands, and we discussed the first one earlier. Here we are looking at Riverside Crescent, which has 6 large towers. There is some wonderful landscaping in this development, lots of green space and some large community pools. One beds here already start at 1.6 million, so we would expect them to reach 2 million plus once they are handed over, which again will be around the end of 2027. Let's look at the villas. There's a big bump in price here, and a 6-bed villa in Heartland 2 on off plan is 58.3 million dirhams. That's about 16 million US dollars. The villas here are expected to be completed at the end of 2025. Notice the large amount of space, 16,671 square foot, giving you around 3,500 dirhams per square foot, or about $1,000 per square foot. Here is the S Tower. This is located at the base of the Palm Jumeirah. It is conveniently located next to a metro station and is on one of the main roads in Dubai, Sheikh Zayed Road. The S Tower is a flagship building showing the best apartments Sobha have to offer. They only offer half penthouses and full penthouses. This building is mostly sold out, with only a few of the ultra luxury penthouses still available. The payment plan is 80/20 and handover is at the end of 2024. Next, we have Sobha Reserve, 6-bed villas over 3 floors with 6,952 square foot, price from 11.5 million dirhams, giving a price per square foot of 1,650 dirhams or $450 per square foot. They come with lots of amenities, including maid's room, private swimming pool, a lift, large garden, and a terrace. Payment plan is 80/20 and handover is expected in the first half of 2026. Sea Haven, a wonderful looking set of 3 towers, really well designed and premium property locations. 1 bed starting from 3.8 million for 850 square foot. Wonderful amenities, including a high floor infinity pool and wonderful views of Dubai. Payment plan again is 80/20 and handover is the second half of 2027. Shoba 1, a very interesting building and community they are building here. Designed like stacked shipping containers. Offers 1 to 4 beds and prices for a 1 bed are starting at 1.68 million. Notice on these, the 1.5 beds are actually cheaper and offer a reduced square foot, which is something to bear in mind based on your preferences. Golf Ridges. This is the part of Shoba 1 area, and as you can guess, is designed with golfers or lovers of nature in mind. This is a series of townhouses with wonderful views of the golf courses. These are all 4 or 5 beds, with 4 beds starting at 6.7 million dirhams for 3,050 square foot, which is about $1.8 million, and around 2,000 dirhams per square foot, or $550 per square foot. Payment plan on Shoba 1 project is slightly different at 60/40, which is always worth noting, and handover for Shoba 1 is at the end of 2026. Verde has 1 bed starting at 2 million for 876 square foot and 3 beds starting from 3.7 million. Payment plan is back to 80/20 and the completion date will be at the end of 2026. Now let's look at what these payment plans actually mean. Firstly, let's look at 80/20. This is what Shoba uses the most, and this is what it means. First of all, I need to break down some terminology. Pre-launch means purchasing a property before the development has even launched. These are typically the lowest prices the property will ever be available at. It is harder to get hold of this information and is usually where your real estate agent comes in. These require something called an expression of interest. You can think of it as a letter saying you want one of the properties, and it requires a deposit that can range anywhere from 10,000 dirhams up to 100,000 dirhams. This will ensure that when the project is officially launched, you're on the immediate list for one of the properties. This will be a unit assigned at random unless you pay a larger deposit, in which case they will let you choose the unit you like. Then we have launch, when it is officially launched to the world as a brand new project, the latest for Shoba being the one at Motor City. To purchase a unit on launch, you provide the deposit of 20% of the total price, allowing you to choose which unit you want from what is available. Then you will follow the payment plan as is shown below. 10% following the schedule until handover, with the final 20% being paid when the keys are handed over. These are not set in stone and can be modified to some extent. Typically, if you pay a larger deposit, you can be more flexible with the payment plans, and there is also the option to pay for the whole unit upfront in which case you can get the unit for a cheaper price. You can mortgage properties in off-plan. If you have an Emirates ID, you can mortgage up to 70%. If you're an overseas investor, you can mortgage 50%. And one last thing, you don't need to be in Dubai to purchase a property. Some investors have never even stepped foot in Dubai or the UAE. If you have invested more than 2 million dirhams, you can also apply for a golden investor visa. Details of this will be in a different video, but it essentially means you get visa-free access to Dubai for the next 10 years, and you can stay as long or as little as you like each time. Now, let's look at the 60-40 payment plan. Everything I said before still applies to this payment structure, with the difference being you pay less in the build to the handover and a larger amount after the handover. The S-Tower. The structure is finished. The facade, which is the outer detailing, is at 95% completion, and the internal finishing is at 81%, so well on course to be completed on time. Verde is at a much earlier stage of completion, with the structure at 21%. The Sobha Heartland 2 villas are at 61% completion for the structures, and the Sobha Reserve villas are really right at the beginning of the construction process. Sobha Sea Haven is at the very beginning, with the foundations really just being put into place. Sobha 1 is at 20% for the structure. The Riverside Crescent buildings are also in the very early stages of development at 8 to 12% completed on the buildings. This just shows how quickly you can purchase properties on launch. Before a single piece of earth is moved, you are able to purchase a property, and that reflects in the pre-launch and launch prices compared to how much those same properties would cost once they're resold on the secondary market. Overall, where do we feel Sobha sits on the scale in Dubai? We chose to use the same scale that is used for hotels, which is luxury, premium, upscale, upper mid-scale, lower mid-scale, and economy. We believe Sobha as a whole falls into the upscale category, with some projects in the luxury and premium categories and some in the mid-scale categories. In terms of investment, we believe Sobha is ideal for people looking to buy a property to live in. They have truly mastered the art of making people feel at home in these properties. They are also excellent for buy-to-let and do show some capital appreciation. For people looking for quick flipping of properties for profit, Sobha are okay, but I do feel there are other developers that this is better suited for. So, let's have a look at our rankings. Buy to live, 10 out of 10. Sobha is perfectly placed on the market for potential homeowners who are buying off plan with the aim of moving into the home once completed. The amenities and the communities are excellent. The build quality is superb, and as the construction team is a part of Sobha, any issues can be quickly resolved. Buy to rent, 8 out of 10. Renting Sobha properties is also a really good investment. The benefits of Sobha having their own construction company means that they take great care in their quality of finishing, meaning less maintenance issues and happier tenants. Buy to flip, 6 out of 10. We have seen that there is capital appreciation with Sobha, however, this is only more recently becoming stronger. Once the new projects are completed, we will get a better understanding of how the future looks in terms of resale. Price point, 9 out of 10. Sobha have a property to suit almost any budget, and you know you are getting quality to match regardless of the investment cost. They are well placed amongst other developers in their pricing. Capital appreciation. Sobha does show capital appreciation, but there are other developers currently where on handover the values can double or even triple. We haven't seen that consistently with Sobha often enough yet, but I've said before, this may well change when the new buildings are finished. Finishing quality, 10 out of 10. Up there with as good as it gets. This is what Sobha is known for. Project length, 8 out of 10. 2 to 3 years and consistently deliver on time or even early due to using their own internal construction company, which greatly reduces contracting issues. Project variety, 10 out of 10. Apartments, penthouses, townhouses, villas, communities, they cover almost everything. Locations, 7 out of 10. The locations they have are great, but there are a few places missing in the more premium, well-known and appealing areas such as the Palm Jumeirah, Dubai Hills, Jebel Ali, downtown, etc. Payment plans, they typically offer 80-20 and 60/40, which are solid offerings, but some of the other developers offer much greater flexibility with their payment plans. That being said, they can be negotiated as we discussed as before, so I would give them a 7 out of 10 for that. Overall, this is 80 out of 100. This puts Sobha in our A tier of real estate developers in Dubai. Great quality, lots of options to suit different budgets, and many ongoing projects. Thank you for joining us on this fairly comprehensive exploration of Sobha Realty's history, completed buildings, and latest developments. We have great contacts within Sobha, and as registered brokers in Dubai, we can seamlessly help you in your journey into investing. For more information on Sobha Realty's projects or assistance with investing in off-plan properties, please reach out to our channel. We value your feedback, so if there's anything we missed or you feel should be added, don't hesitate to contact us. The Dubai real estate market is very fluid and changes quickly, so make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date on what is going on.